Alright everyone, in this section we're going to work with the tools. The first tool is the selection tool, which we use to move clips around in the timeline like this. We can also use it to better understand how clips behave inside the timeline and easily snap clips together. I'll import another clip and place it here like this. If I need to remove the audio from this clip, I just right-click on it and choose Unlink to separate the audio from the video. Then I can simply select the audio and delete it. Now I want to make the length of each clip 10 seconds. To do that, I move the playhead to the 10-second mark. To do this quickly and accurately, I type 1000 here and click, and the playhead instantly jumps to 10 seconds. Now, using the selection tool, I can easily trim this clip. Next, I bring the second clip and snap it to the previous one. Since I want each clip to be 10 seconds, two clips together will be 20 seconds. So I type 2000, click, and trim this clip so it also becomes 10 seconds. Then I add the third clip. If I want this one to be 10 seconds as well, I need to type 3000 so the total length of 3 clips becomes 30 seconds. I click, and then trim this clip using the selection tool. Now I have 3 clips, and if I zoom in a bit, you can see that each clip is exactly 10 seconds long. The shortcut for the selection tool is V. If I click and hold on this tool, you'll see the Track Select Forward tool with the shortcut A. We use this tool to quickly select multiple clips at once. Wherever I click, all the clips after that point get selected. For example, if I click here, these 2 clips are selected. If I click here, all 3 clips are selected. Let me show you again. I switch back to the selection tool and click in an empty area so nothing is selected. Then I choose the Track Select Forward tool and click here, and all 3 clips are selected instantly. If I now click and drag, I can move all the selected clips together very easily. I press Ctrl+Z to undo and go back to the previous state. If I click and hold on the tool again, the next one is the Track Select Backward tool with the shortcut Shift+A. This works exactly opposite to the previous tool. When I select it and click at a point, it selects that clip and all the clips before it. For example, after deselecting everything, if I click here, this clip and all the previous clips are selected. The next tool is the Ripple Edit tool with the shortcut B. Using this tool, we can click and drag on an edit point to shorten or lengthen clips. As you can see, the clip becomes shorter or longer, and no gaps are created between clips. I press Ctrl+Z to undo. If I did the same thing with the selection tool, a gap would be created. But with the Ripple Edit tool, no gap is created after trimming. I undo again. The next tool is the Razor tool with the shortcut C. When it's selected, you just click on a clip to create a cut. It's that simple. I select the Razor tool again and, for example, click here. You can see the cut line, and with one left click, the cut is made. I press Ctrl+Z to return the clips to their original state. There's another tool here as well. If I click and hold, you'll see the Rolling Edit tool with the shortcut N. When I select it and drag an edit point, you'll notice that the cut moves, but the total duration of the timeline does not change. The timeline is still 30 seconds long. In this case, one clip becomes longer and the next clip becomes shorter. I undo to go back. Remember, with the Ripple Edit tool, when we did this, the total duration changed. If you look carefully, it showed 33 seconds. So the Ripple Edit tool changes the total timeline duration, while the Rolling Edit tool keeps the timeline length fixed. I undo again. The next tool is the Rate Stretch tool with the shortcut R. If I place it on a clip and make the clip much shorter from the edge, the speed of the clip increases a lot. I play it and you can see how fast it becomes. If I stretch it longer and play it again, the clip becomes much slower. So we use this tool to change the speed of a clip, making it faster or slower. If we stretch it a lot, the video plays very slowly. We'll talk about video speed in detail in future lessons. I undo to return the clip to its original state. There's also a tool here called the Slip tool. If I click and hold, you'll see it, and its shortcut is Y. We use this tool to change the content inside a clip without changing the clip's position in the timeline. For example, I select this tool, place the playhead here, then click and drag on the clip. You'll see 4 images in the program monitor. The top left image shows the last frame of the previous clip, and the top right image shows the first frame of the next clip. The 2 larger images at the bottom show the content of the middle clip that I'm slipping. As you can see, the duration on the left and right remains the same, about 10 seconds. Even when I drag, the clip is still around 10 seconds long, but the content inside the clip changes. Remember, the original video was much longer. By holding the left mouse button and dragging, I'm changing which part of that video appears inside this fixed 10-second clip. The start and end frames change, but the clip's position and duration stay the same. This way, we can change the content of a clip without moving it in the timeline. If I click and hold again, you'll see the slide tool with the shortcut U. When I select it and drag, the entire clip moves left or right. When I release the mouse, the previous clip becomes shorter and the next clip also adjusts, but the middle clip itself does not change in duration. So we can change the position of clips in the timeline without changing the total timeline length. The length of the middle clip stays the same, and only the end of the previous clip and the beginning of the next clip change. Make sure to practice all these tools thoroughly so you can really master them. There are 2 very simple tools here as well. The hand tool lets you move around the timeline easily, and the zoom tool lets you zoom in on the timeline by clicking. If you hold Alt, it zooms out and makes the timeline smaller. The remaining tools, which are related to creating text and shapes, will be covered in detail in future lessons. If you've made it this far, you're doing a great job. Keep going and continue the lessons to fully master Premiere. I'll see you in the next video.